Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam. 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 Om Nityananda Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda
In the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, first and foremost relationship is mother. The ability to learn, even the idea to relate starts with the mother. How to relate starts with the mother. Mother is too important way to connect with what you think as life. In the Vedic tradition, our rishis were aware your ability to connect with the mother should be directed towards the cosmos. It should inspire, it should awaken your higher consciousness. Connecting with life as mother is the most sweetest, most beautiful, most easiest form to ever connect. Yes. So now let us understand what is the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. Sama is oneness and Adi means source. So Samadhi means one with the source. And today, out of his extreme compassion and love, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is manifesting Devi Parashakti herself, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving wounds, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivam himself. So now let us understand again what is the Bhavasamadhi Darshan, which we will be experiencing today through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, manifesting Devi Parashakti, the cosmic mother herself. So, as I said, Sama is oneness and Adi means source. So Samadhi means being one with the source. And Bhava means attitude or aspect. So Bhava Samadhi means being one with the source through this aspect. And Darshan means to have a glimpse of. In the Vedic tradition, it is used to describe the moment that we behold a deity, an avatar, a saint, or enlightened being, as just seeing such a being can cleanse the karmas of lifetimes and leave a deep, lasting transformation in the receiver. Darshan is the powerful superconscious vibration that is present around an avatar at all times. He simply radiates darshan just as the sun continuously radiates light. The auspicious moment when the receiver is able to catch it becomes the moment of darshan for you, raising you to the next level of superconscious breakthrough. It's like hitting the reset button on your very being. Let us understand the science behind the Bhava Samadhi Darshan. The first thing you need to know is that divine cosmic beings are real. They manifest from Kailasa, the enlightened time space zone, through deities and incarnations. And divine cosmic beings manifest through the Archavataras, the deities and temples, and through the Bhava Samadhi Darshan in the Nijavataras, the incarnations. The Bhava Samadhi Darshan is the science of the Nijavatara, manifesting Paramashiva, the consciousness. It is where formless, the being of Paramashiva, expresses through the Devi Sharira, the light body, and manifests as a Nijavatara, the physical form, the embodied form for us to experience Paramashiva. So, for example, Devi Parashakti expresses through the being of Rajarajeshwari and manifests as the Nijavatara, the physical form of Devi Meenakshi. the Archavatara, the deity, reflects the consciousness and manifestation being of the superconscious energy. But human beings are not yet mature enough to receive these higher level experiences from the Archavatara directly. So the avatar, the physical embodied form, comes down to bridge this gap and creates the experience of the superconscious energy in all of us. And the Bhava Samadhi Darshan awakens your Kundalini Shakti, which is the latent potential energy in every human being. This influx of superconscious energy visibly slows down the aging process and improves immunity to disease. During the darshan, the whole brain comes alive, turning into a superconductor of conscious energy that heals, empowers, and transforms our lives. And during the Bhava Samadhi darshan, our neurons mirror that of the avatar. The mirror neurons activate and process all the observed movements or information of the avatar just by seeing. That is, the entire body can silently and without moving receive what is happening elsewhere through a process of direct observation, experiencing the superconscious energy radiated by the avatar. The Akashic readings are not predictions, they are readings from the cosmic archive. Beyond space, creation and destruction happen simultaneously. In the dimension of time, stars see past, present, and future. And because Akashic records are stored in the Akasha, the space dimension, there is no past, present, and future. That is why what you call as happens, happening, yet to happen are clearly already recorded. So now let us understand who is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the divine cosmic being who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidana, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasa, a macrocosmic, ancient, enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the 1008th incarnation of Paramashiva, recognized by his predecessors who are enlightened masters and depths. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the present 293rd Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam of the Kailasonatha Shramala Pita Sarvajya Pitam, the oldest Hindu papal state and the monastic kingdom of Madurai. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has also been declared as the successor of the Arunachala Sarvajya Pitam by his Guru Parampara at the age of 16 on the 24th of May, 1994. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in 1999 founded the mission, the Nityananda Sangha, to revive Kailasa internationally at the age of 21. And on the 4th of November 2002, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism founded the Adi Kailasha Sarvajya Pitam at the age of 24. On the 1st of January 2004, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was declared as the successor of the Bhagyanagara Shivpura Sarvajya Pitam at the age of 26. In that same year, on the 31st of December, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism became the incumbent emperor of the Suryavamshi Sarangi Samrajyam of the Suryavamshi lineage at the age of 26. In 2007, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism became the reviver of the Adi Pallava Sarvajya Pitam at the age of 29. In 2008, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the successor of the Kashi Sarvajya Pitam at the age of 30. In 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was officially coronated as the Mahamandaleshwar of the Mahanirvani Akada, the largest apex monastic order and the youngest Mahamandaleshwar at the age of 35. In 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tanjavur Adinam at the age of 36. In that same year, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Tiruvarur Adinam and the Vedaranyam Adinam, three of the ancient mats in Tamil Nadu and the ancient kingdoms, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving and restoring back to their original glory. And in 2015, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Dharma Mukti Swaragapura Adinam at the age of 37. In that same year, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was also coronated as the Guru Mahasannidhanam of the Adi Vida Kolada Mutt, one of the most ancient mutts in Karnataka, dating back over 6,000 years. In 2014, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was elected as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism by a congregation of over 1,000 Hindu leaders or pontiffs. And here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism being coronated, recognized as the incarnation of Paramashivam himself. And Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific and most viewed guru in the digital world, read and watched by over 1 billion followers in Hinduism. And Kailasa is the world's greatest digital Hindu nation with over 1 billion views. And you can connect to Kailasa via Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and all the other various social media platforms. Continuously stay connected and up to date on the happenings of Kailasa. And over the last 27 years, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has contributed immense humanitarian services and initiatives, including free vegetarian food services, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment programs, conflict resolution initiatives, peace initiatives, and sustainable Hindu practices through various international bodies and agencies. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored over 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. Here you can just see a few of them in English, Tamil, Spanish, French, and all of these are freely available online for anyone to download and enjoy. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has over 20 million copies of books and articles sold, read, and downloaded. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established the largest Hindu library in the world with 1 million books, 1 million palm scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has over 10,000 hours of discourses delivered and over 1 billion views on social media. All of these discourses are freely available online also for anyone to learn teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Hinduism itself. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as the foremost commentator of all the sacred scriptures, such as the Upanishads, the Bhagavad Gita, the Shiva Sutras, the Yoga Sutras, the Ashtavakra Gita, the Jain Sutras, and many more. These commentaries are also freely available online. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is honored as a leader of Hinduism, the most awarded, internationally recognized Hindu leader, has most recently been recognized by the California State Senate, the U.S. Senate, and many congressmen across the U.S. for the immense contributions to humanity over the last 27 years. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personalities by Watkins Mind, Body, Spirit magazine, and is a reviver of the Sovereign Order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the NITHYANANDA Order of monks, nuns, and the Hindu diaspora worldwide, who are working for global peace and to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is also the establisher of the largest Hindu university in the world, with satellite campuses in 150 countries and over 7,000 courses available online, and is also the establisher of 1,000 plus Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems, and the founder and reviver of over 100 Satvyapitas, the traditional seats of knowledge. And now, with this, now that we've understood just a few of the contributions of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to humanity, let us now witness one of the greatest contributions to humanity from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the science of power manifestation. We will be now witnessing the live demonstration of the extraordinary powers, the extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva as demonstrated by the initiated disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So now let us first understand the science of Diksha, the science of initiation, or the direct transfer of spiritual energy by an avatar through a look, a word, or a touch, which destroys the ignorance of the initiate or disciple. So let us understand a little bit more about the science of Diksha.
ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् 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 नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम्
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गहनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वदी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. Nityanandam, welcome to today's Manifesting the Extraordinary Shaktis of Paramashiva and Parashakti. Today, we'll be entering into the Power Manifestation segment, which is a Power Manifestation demonstration. Seeing and manifesting the first power, seeing and reading with your eyes completely blindfolded. The Balasans, Nityananda yogis, the initiated disciples of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, will now be demonstrating the powers of third eye and sharing with all the experience and the results of the extraordinary manifestation of the divine powers awakened in us through the Diksha, which is the initiation. In today's Bhava Samadhi Darshan, all of us will be receiving the initiation into third eye awakening and various other powers with the blessings and grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We will be manifesting the following powers, which is the third eye, seeing with our eyes completely blindfolded. Third eye is the cosmic browsing center, which is located between the brows, which upon initiation, one can effortlessly express powers and see through the third eye, just as you do with your two eyes. So, what are Shaktis? In the Vedagamas, which are the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva reveals in elaborate detail that every human being is hardwired to be able to manifest 463 plus extraordinary Shaktis, which are the divine powers. Manifesting Shaktis are described as a system, method, and science for human beings to explore the various possibilities and powers and have access to various states of consciousness. Shaktis manifest from the fundamental cognition that you are divine, you need to manifest divine, and not you are a man, you need to reach divine. Now, let us learn what are the difference between Shaktis and Siddhis. The Shaktis expressed from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and high integrity with the Guru. The Shaktis are the source of enlightenment, whereas Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance of our enlightenment. Siddhis are on the path of enlightenment. The Shaktis of Paramashiva manifest through ordinary human beings in an extraordinary way after the initiation from the avatar. The Shaktis are permanent, whereas Siddhis are not permanent. Siddhis may divert you from the space of enlightenment. Paramashiva is a primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause, which is self-effulgent, Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading, unchanging beyond time, space, form, and causality. As a fundamental base of Avyakta, the unmanifest, and Vyakta, the manifest existence, he performs the Panchakritya, the five cosmic acts of Srishti, creation, Sthiti, sovereign rulership and maintenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Prabhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, which is liberating grace for all living entities. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, is an 1008th living incarnation and representative of Paramashiva and the reviver of Kailasa, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation, the great cosmic borderless Hindu nation. Ever since the beginning of the civilization, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma has been the cradle of enlightened beings and highly advanced science. It was where the science of enlightenment and powers, Shaktis, was lived and taught as a lifestyle. For the first time in modern day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving these yogic sciences and transmitting it to the world at record-breaking pace, never accomplished before. The knowledge and science of manifesting these Shaktis are passed down from one generation to the next, which is through Diksha, initiation by the enlightened Gurus. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, being recognized as an incarnation at a very young age, was trained and taught these sciences to revive the initiation and knowledge repositories for billions to manifest the science of power manifestation through the disciplines of Vedanta, Tantra and Sri Vidya, Yoga and Yogic powers, Mantra Shastra, Siddha Vidya, science of Aushadha, Advaita and Bhakti Yoga, Paramashiva and Paramashiva. So, how to awaken the divine Shaktis in us? Every ultimate truth, which is the Jnana, mapped into your consciousness, Prajna, manifests as a possibility and power of every being, Prajnana. The science of power manifestation is authenticated through four aspects of evidence, which are called Pramana. The Shastra Pramana, which are the eternal, unchangeable truths revealed in the source scriptures. Apta Pramana, which are the experience and results of Aptas or authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis and scientists who have time-tested and verified the science. Atma Pramana, which are the account of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Praktiksha Pramana, which are called the empirical evidence from observation and scientific experimentation. The Vedas are the ultimate superior authorities for Hindus. The Vedas are the pure science where the ultimate truths are explained. Agamas are the scriptures where the applied technology, the applied science is expanded. Vedas and Agamas, Vedagamas are given the status of Shruti as they are directly revealed by Paramashiva himself. They are the ultimate, eternal, unchangeable truths. A reference cited from the Shastra source scriptures is called Shastra Pramana. Let us now get ready to witness a very unique and exciting demonstration of the power of third eye. Now, let us learn the verse. Kapalantarmano nyasya tishtanmilitalochanaha kramena manaso dardyat lakshayed lakshamuttamam. The translation goes, by fixing the mind on inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by the stability of the mind and inner space, through the power of the third eye, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object or place, attaining the space of oneness with the source, Paramashiva. Apta Pramana, where Bhagavan Krishna initiates Arjuna into the power of third eye to behold Krishna's Vishwarupa Darshan, the vision of his cosmic form. The 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, which contains the description of his cosmic form, is completely narrated by Arjuna as he sees Bhagavan Krishna through his third eye. In Swamiji's own words, the first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees, 10 directions, below me, everything I realized, not only was able to see, I was able to feel, experience all of that as me. The Pratyaksha Pramana, which are called the study measures and comparative metabolic cell activity of the brain in conscious and meditative states. When doing daily activities, high activity is measured in the brain where the third eye is located. When you are in the deep samadhi state, only the third eye region is active and almost 90% of the brain is rested peace. This rare sacred science of third eye awakening is being made available to humanity for the ultimate enrichment and conscious evolution by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nityananda Paramashivam. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodies the most profound yogic states that surpass all bounds of time, space, and matter. Swamiji is gifting this pure great science of third eye awakening along with many other spiritual sciences through initiation Diksha. Millions of people have been initiated by Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and are experiencing the profound results as extraordinary powers in their everyday life. Let us now witness the live Sakshi Pramana, which are the demonstration of the power of third eye, the Balasans and Nityananda yogis. Now we'll be entering the power manifestation demonstration directly. Exactly what is going to happen now, as I'm going to blindfold myself and I'm going to read blindfolded, which is the two posts from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa's Facebook page. And before entering, this is the blindfold which I'm going to wear. This blindfold is completely tested by the ophthalmologist and can't be seen or proven by any visibility of any light which can seen. Behind made of sponge, front of made of acrylic sheet, and there's an adjustable strap around it. So now, what is going to happen is I'm going to connect myself in the space of oneness with Swamiji by chanting the Mahavakya, having the simple cognition. Paramashiva is real. He is the one. Paramashiva manifesting through Swamiji. This extraordinary powers of third eye, having the simple obedience and surrender towards him. Manifesting this power just by chanting the Mahavakya. Now, let us all take a few minutes and chant the Mahavakya along. Om Nityananda Paramashivoham. 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 The delusion is invited by you, by your non-integrity, and you not being ready to take the responsibility for life. When you are ready to take the responsibility for life and be life positive, truths are revealed to you as it is, and you are not handled strategically. You are handled honestly. All truths are told to you as it is. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashiva's powers manifest to beings who powerfully, ferociously break the obsessive, compulsive, reactionary patterns. These are the words from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Nityananda Paramashivam, Swamiji in the left side, who is being dressed up as having a crown, small crown on his head, and he's wearing a jata, and there's a moon which is being held. So now, with this, we come to the conclusion of today's power manifestation segment and demonstration. Just reading out these two posts from Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Kailasa's Facebook page, randomly chosen, and just reading. Exactly what has happened is I just connected myself in the space of oneness with Swamiji, enchanted the Mahavakya, and just manifested this power. Stay tuned for the upcoming session today. By the end of today's Parashakti's Akashic reading, having the guided power manifestation session. Thank you, Nityananda.
Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Nityananda Paramashivam. Om Paramashivam. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivam. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nityananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om
Nityanandam. Welcome back, dear viewers. Hope all of you enjoyed the live demonstration of the extraordinary powers, and you can join back every day at this time for that for the demonstration of these extraordinary powers. To witness all of the Shaktis of Paramashiva and Parashakti. So now let us enter into the next segment and understand who is Devi Parashakti, the divine feminine consciousness. The Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti from the Lalita Sahasranama describes the Divine Mother is to be meditated upon as shining in a vermilion red body with the triple eyes, sporting a crown of rubies, studded with a crescent moon, a face all smile, a splendid bust, one hand holding a jewel cup brimming with mead, and the other twirling a red lotus. I meditate on the great Empress. She is red in color, and her eyes are full of compassion, and holds the noose, the goad, the bow, and the flowery arrow in her hands. She is surrounded on all sides by powers such as Anima, and she is a self within me. Devi, out of her extreme love and compassion, Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing us, answering all of our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivam himself. And in the words of Devi Parashakti herself, describing herself, raising as Omkara, expressing as the Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Reemkara, filled as Parashodasi, living in the 40 triangles, the Kailasa Swamini, who is a Kailasa Sripura Chintamani, Parashodasi, sitting as part of Paramashiva Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti Manomani, Meenakshi as Nityananda. I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness, Hiranyagarbha Swarupini, Brahmandayon, Shami, Chandramauli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayavana, Samraj Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodasi, Meenakshi, taking the form of Nityananda. I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you. I took the form of Nityananda and came down as Nijavatara. Devi continues on, raising in Omkara, blossoming as Shiva, Shiva manifesting as the source of existence, the powers of existence, the expression of existence from the oneness of Om, blossoming into two as Prakriti and Purusha, blossoming as the three Shaktis, Ichha, Kriya, and Jnana, growing as the four Vedas, expanding as the five Panchabhutas, beyond the six chakras, filled as the Gotras of the seven Rishis, expanding as the eight directions, existing as the nine grahas, blossoming as the 10 indriyas, being as the 11 rudras, creating all the worlds, bringing truth bringing life to itself and make truth blossom, and to do good. Shodasi, Meenakshi, in the form of Nityananda, I came to bless every one of you. So how can we receive Devi Parashakti? In the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, literally you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. watch Devi. This point is considered the traditional Dakshina. In the Hindu tradition, it can be even the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paisa. In the US, it can be even 1 cent. I'm not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paisa is okay. You can offer that to Devi after the darshan is over. Do namaskara and eat the banana, the betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send them to the LA temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in a few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. So how can you set up your temple? You can see here, you can keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin. Offer that on a plate to Devi every time that you have darshan, and you will see how your connection with Devi Parashakti grows. So now let us enter into the next segment and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed for humanity at this time. As we all know, Devi has been continuously manifesting through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and guiding and blessing each and every one of us. Devi has given us individual blessings and also has given us sacred revelations about the universe, about the cosmos. So now let us enter into this next segment and understand what Devi Parashakti has revealed about the sacred secrets of Hindu birth.
நன்றாய் கேட்டுக்கொள். உன் கேள்விக்கு உன்மூலமாய் உலகெங்கும் இருக்கும் இந்துக்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் அளிக்கின்றேன் உத்திரம். கேட்டு வாழ்ந்தால் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கை பத்திரம். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். பிறப்பின் ரகசியத்தை பிறப்பிலா பெருமை உடைய பரமேஸ்வரி சொல்லுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். அண்டஜம், யோனிஜம், ஜலஜம், பீஜம் எனும் 4 விதமான பிறவிகளில் 84,000 யோனிகளில் பிறக்கும் பிறப்புகளிலேயே பெருமை வாய்ந்ததும் உத்தமமானதும் மனித பிறவி. அந்த மனித பிறவியிலும் பலமுறை பிறந்து உழன்று அரசியல், பொருளாதாரம், சுகபோகம், தர்மம், அர்த்தம், காமம் எனும் ஆசைகள், துக்கங்கள், அச்சங்கள் அனைத்திலும் அழன்று உழன்று இனி வேண்டாம் இப்பிறவி, வேண்டுவது மோட்சமே என்று முடிவெடுத்தோர்க்கு மட்டுமே ஹிந்து மத யோனிஜம், ஹிந்து பெற்றோர்க்கு பிறந்திடும் சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம். மனித பிறவி உத்தமம், சனாதன ஹிந்து தர்ம மனித பிறவி உத்தமோத்தமம். இந்த உத்தமோத்தம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோருக்கும் ஜீவன் முக்த விஞ்ஞானத்தையும் சனாதன தர்மத்தையும் காக்கின்ற கடமையும் உண்டு. அதனால் வருகின்ற நன்மையெல்லாம் அனுபவிக்கும் உரிமையும் உண்டு. இந்த கடமையை செய்வோம் என்று சத்தியம் செய்ததனால்தான் அந்த உரிமை அளிக்கப்பட்டது. பூமிக்கு வந்தபின் மனம் மயங்கி மதிமயங்கி சனாதன தர்மம் காக்க மறந்ததனால் மாயை அவர்கள் உயிரை பறிக்கின்றாள். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மத்தை காப்போம் என்று உறுதி எடுத்தவர்க்கே சனாதன இந்து தர்ம யோனிஜம் அளிக்கின்றேன் யான். உடல் பெற்ற பிறகு ஊழிப் பெருவலியால் ஆசை அச்சங்களை உதறவிடாது, உதறியும் விடாது சனாதன இந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்தோரை உயிர் வாழத் தகுதியில்லாதவர் பட்டியலில் உடனடியாய் மாயை சேர்க்கின்றாள். அதனால் ராட்சசர்களும் அசுரர்களும் தானாகவே இவர்கள் உயிரை எடுக்கின்றார். நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உயிரை கொடுத்தாலும் தர்மம் காப்போம் என்று நிற்பவர்க்கு நிலைத்திடும் வீரஸ்வர்க்கமும் கைலாச பதவியும், எக்காரணம் கொண்டும் தர்மம் காக்க மறந்த உத்தமோத்தம ஜனனமான சனாதன இந்து ஜனனம் பெற்ற மக்களுக்கு இல்லை வேறு கதி. சனாதன இந்து தர்ம மனித ஜனனம் உத்தமோத்தம மனித ஜனனம். உங்கள் உரிமை உலகில் அதிகம், உங்களுக்கு கடமையும் உலகில் பெரிது. தர்மம் காத்தாலே கடமை, தர்மம் காக்காதார்க்கு உயிர் வாழும் உரிமை இல்லை. நன்றாய் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உத்தமோத்தம பிறவியான சனாதன இந்து தர்ம பிறவி எடுத்த எல்லோரும் புரிந்து கொள்ளுங்கள். உங்கள் வாழ்வின் முதற்கடமை தர்மம் காத்தல். தர்மம் காக்க தர்மம் உங்களை காக்கும். சனாதன இந்து தர்மம் காக்க மறந்திட்டால் வாழும் உரிமையை நீங்கள் இழந்து விடுகின்றீர்கள். அதற்கு மேல் வாழ்ந்தென்ன அழிந்தென்ன? பூமிக்கு பாரம் குறையட்டும் என்று அசுரர்களும் ராட்சதர்களும் உங்களை உண்டு தீர்க்கின்றார்கள். அதையும் மாயை கண்டு சும்மாவிருப்பாள். பிரபஞ்ச ரகசியத்தை, பிறவியின் ரகசியத்தை உலகிற்கெல்லாம் உத்தரமாய்ச் சொல்லிவிட்டேன். புரிந்து வாழ்வில் நடந்து உயிரை பத்திரமாய் பார்த்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அன்னை சொல்லும் அருள் சத்தியம் இது. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
Yes. So let us see what Devi Parashakti has revealed now into English. Listen. Andajam, Yonijam, Jalajam, Bijam. Like this, in 4 types of birth, in 84 lakh yonis, and all these births, the most greatest birth of them all is the human birth. Even in that human birth, being born and toiled many times, after getting burnt and toiled in politics, in finance, in luxuries, in dharma, artha, kama. And those who decide of not wanting this birth, wanting only moksha, only those will have Hindu dharma yonijam, the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam of being born to Hindu parents. Human birth is Uttamam, the best. And Sanatana Hindu Dharma human birth is Uttamottamam, the best of the best. Everyone who took this Uttamottama birth has the responsibility of protecting the science of living enlightenment and Sanatana Dharma. And also, they have the right of experiencing its benefits. This right was given to them because of their commitment given by them to do this responsibility. After coming to Bhuloka, by getting mentally deluded and forgetting the Dharma of protecting Sanatana Dharma, Maya, she is taking away all of them, their lives. Understand carefully, I am giving the Sanatana Hindu Dharma Yonijam only for those who gave the commitment of protecting Sanatana Dharma, even by giving their life. After getting the body because of painful deluge, not dropping fear and greed, for those who forgot to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, Maya, she will add them immediately all to the list of those who are not worthy of living. Therefore, Rakshasas and Asuras are automatically taking away their life. Understand properly, for those who stand, that even by giving their life, they will protect Dharma, will permanently have Virasvarga and Kailasa Padavi. For any reason, people who forgot to protect Dharma, having the Uttamottama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, there is no other way for them. Sanatana Hindu Dharma, human birth, is Uttamottama human birth. Your rights in this world are immense. Also, your responsibility in this world is large. Protecting Dharma is responsibility. Those who do not protect Dharma, they do not have the right to live. Understand properly, all those who took the Uttamottama birth, which is Sanatana Hindu birth, all of you understand. The first responsibility of your life is protecting Dharma. If you protect Dharma, Dharma will protect you. If you forget to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, you lose the right of living. After that, what bothers whether you live or get destroyed? Asuras and Rakshasas will eat you, so that the burden on earth is reduced. Seeing that, Maya, she will keep quiet. So now, let us understand the responsibility of Hindus and why we need a Hindu nation. Hinduism represents the world's most ancient yet progressive indigenous spiritual tradition. It is an open framework model of civilization that stands for global peace, vegetarianism, nonviolence, yoga, the worship of nature, temple-based living, manifesting spiritual powers, and the inherent divinity of every being. And the Hindu nations were ecosystems where more and more enlightened beings could be produced, so that the enlightened civilization could be kept alive and its great gift shared with the world. So now let us look at some of the references of Hindu nations from our Hindu scriptures. The Ramaraja, the Hindu nation ruled by Bhagavan Rama, is one of the most famous Hindu kingdoms, as it is considered one of the most ideal kingdoms and one that everyone looks at as the perfect kingdom, as it was ruled by Bhagavan Rama itself. And it was described in the Valmiki Ramayana. There were no widows to lament, nor there was any danger from wild animals, nor any fear born of diseases. The world was bereft of thieves and robberies. No one felt worthless, nor did old people perform obsequies concerning youngsters. Every creature felt pleased. Everyone was intent on virtue, turning their eyes towards Rama alone. Creatures did not kill one another. And the description continues on. People survived for thousands of years with thousands of their progeny, free of illness and grief. The trees were bearing flowers and fruits regularly without injury by pests and insects. The clouds were raining in time, and the wind was delightful to the touch. Every caste was performing their own duties, satisfied with their own work and bereft of any greed. People were intent on virtue and lived without telling lies. All people were endowed with excellent characteristics. All were engaged in virtue. And another famous Hindu kingdom, the Hastinapur kingdom, ruled by Yudhishthira, the Dharmaraja himself, who is known for always being righteous, always being truthful, and his kingdom was also extremely prosperous because of this. And it was described in the Srimad Mahabharata. Devas granted rains to fulfill all wants. The world became free of all diseases. There was no hunger or thirst anywhere. There was no mental suffering. And those without livelihood were given livelihood. There was abundance all around. There was no worldly worries left for anyone. And there was no cause for fear either. Happiness on earth was, in fact, even greater than in the heavens. The Hindu nations had so much to contribute in every single field, whether it was the fields of enlightenment, health, medicine, art, science, technology, aviation, dance and music, clothes and jewelry, social systems, judicial systems, political systems, legal systems. Hindu nations gave breakthroughs in every field. So now let us see how our Hindu nations were destroyed. Over the course of 1,000 years, the Hindu nations faced several attacks, and due to all of these invasions, attacks, the civilization, the Hindu civilization, was destroyed. And we went through a three-phase attack. So let us look at each of these phases now. The first phase was the Islamic invasions, which happened between 800 and 1700 AD. This was the physical destruction of the Hindu civilization. Will Durant, a famous historian, has described that the Mohammedan conquest of India is probably the bloodiest story in history. The Islamic historians and scholars have recorded with great glee and pride the slaughters of Hindus, the forced conversions, abduction of Hindu women and children to slave markets, and the destruction of the Hindu temples that were carried out by the warriors of Islam during 800 to 1700 AD. Millions of Hindus were converted to Islam by sword, and millions more were raped, murdered, and dismembered. And the Islamic law prescribed for Hindus, as conveyed by Khilji, describes that Hindus are like mud. If silver is demanded from them, they must, with greatest humility, offer gold. If a Mohammedan desires to spit into a Hindu's mouth, the Hindu should open it wide for that purpose. God created Hindus to be slaves for the Mohammedans. The Prophet hath ordained that if the Hindus do not accept Islam, that they should be imprisoned, tortured, and finally put to death, and their property confiscated. To keep Hindus in abasement is especially a religious duty because they are the most embittered enemies of the Prophet. And here you can see how Hindu women were forced to wear garlands made from the bodies of butchered children. You can see the photos. This was just one example of how barbaric these attacks were from the Islamic invaders, how they physically crushed the Hindu civilization. During the Islamic invasion, over 200 million Hindus were slaughtered by the Muslim invaders. Over 100,000 Hindu temples were destroyed, and over 1 million deities and sculptures were destroyed. And the description of the Islamic invasion: the conquering armies burnt villages, devastated the land, plundered people's wealth, took Brahmins and children and women of all classes captive, flagged them with thongs of rawhide, and carried a moving prisoner with them, and converted the prisoners to obsequious Turks. So the Islamic invasion faced many brutal attacks against the Hindus and forced conversion. This was, of course, as we said, the physical destruction. The next thing, the economic and psychological destruction of the Hindu civilization with the British occupation and the colonization of India. This happened between 1700 and 1947 AD until India achieved independence. Will Durant again has described that about the British rule in India, that I have seen a great people starving to death before my eyes, and I am convinced that the exhaustion and starvation are due not, as their beneficiaries claim, to overpopulation and superstition, but to the most sordid and criminal exploitation of one nation by another in all recorded history. Here you can see that just one example of how brutal these were in a different way. These attacks were psychologically and economically brutal. You can see in the last photo the for the imposed famine, the artificial famine that were imposed on the Indian citizens just to psychologically crush them, to psychologically crush them into submission. During the British occupation, the British Empire used all possible means to destroy the Hindu civil and cultural institutions in order to delegitimize and demoralize the indigenous people of India so that they would become slaves in their own homeland. So, despite it not being a physical attack on the Indian civilization, this was just as brutal and crushed the spirit of the Hindu civilization. And the British occupation used multiple means to do this. They used discriminatory laws to instill feelings of racial inferiority. They engineered artificial famines to starve the native population into submission, as you can see in the previous photo, the photos of the children who were starved to death. They annexed Hindu kingdoms to undermine the native rule. They mistranslated the Hindu scriptures feelings of to instill anti-Hindu narratives, so mistranslating the Hindu scriptures to make Hindus as backwards oppressors and portraying Hindus in negative light. And they also destroyed the indigenous Gurukul education system, which was, of course, the backbone of the Hindu civilization. And they destroyed the local industries, enforced importation of British goods. So Hindus were completely dependent on the British Empire for every possible thing that they would need. And they also banned Indians from owning firearms or producing firearms so that they were completely defenseless against the British Empire. And during the British occupation, over $45 trillion was looted from India over the course of 200 years. And over 45 million Hindus were put to death due to artificial famines and imposed poverty by the British policies and reprisal killings of 1847 mutiny, and over 680 native kingdoms were usurped by the British Raj. And the British used many means like this to make the native population submissive and destroy the culture and institutions of the native population. You can actually go back to the previous slide. Shashi Tharoor of the Indian Parliament has described that the British came to one of the richest countries of India. Over 200 years of exploitation, looting, destruction have reduced it to a poster child of third world poverty. India, in 200 years ago, was known as one of the richest countries of the world, with whether it's natural resources or the many other things that India had. Everyone across the globe knew India as one of the richest nations of the world. And over 200 years now, when anyone across the globe thinks of India, they think of poverty, of dissolution. And unfortunately, this is due to the British occupation and the colonization of India. The next phase of the destruction of the Hindu civilization came with the secularization of India. This happened after independence in 1947 and is still going on to present day. And this has been ruled by brown faces, British attitudes and policies towards Hindus. Nehru, the very first Prime Minister of India, has described what a disgusting, savage people we are. Politics, progress, socialism, communism, science. Where are they before this black religious savagery? India can never be a Hindu republic. B.R. Ambedkar, the first law minister of India and the principal architect of the Indian Constitution, has described in the uh, book Pakistan or the Partition of India that if Hindu Raj does become a fact, it will no doubt be the greatest calamity for this country. No matter what the Hindus say, Hinduism is a menace to liberty, equality, and fraternity. It is incompatible with democracy. Hindu Raj must be prevented at any cost. So, despite India becoming a secular country, becoming free from the British occupation, you can very clearly see that these were the first leaders of India, and they clearly had a very anti-Hindu agenda. So, despite it being a secular nation, the whole ecosystem still remained extremely anti-Hindu, just as it had when the British occupation, the British Empire ruled India. And during the secularization of India, the modern Indian legal system, academia, and media have all been systematically undermining, suppressing, and delegitimizing Hindu institutions and culture. And this is still going on till present day. And they've done this through various methods and means. For example, the Indian Constitution has established government control and taxation over Hindu temples, schools, and other Hindu institutions, while other religions remain free from this interference. As we know, many of the Hindu temples all across India, especially in Tamil Nadu, have been taken over by government control, and they have been subject to taxation and have been, unfortunately, the wealth from these Hindu temples has been taken from them and used for non-Hindu purposes. And other examples of how the Indian legal system and academia and media have undermined the Hindu institutions and culture. For example, the Articles 26 through 30 of the Indian Constitution discriminate against Hindus by giving non-Hindus special rights and benefits, which, like, for example, government benefits, scholarships, as many of us know, that there are many benefits that are given for non-Hindus, which unfortunately Hindus are not uh, privy to. And unfortunately, the Hindu kingdoms and self-governance has been completely abolished since the secularization of India. And during the British occupation, there were still a few remaining Hindu kingdoms, but after the independence, the Indian independence and secularization, all Hindu kingdoms have been completely abolished. And anti-superstition laws have been passed to criminalize Hindu practices and rituals. Many Hindu practices and rituals are criminalized again under the Indian Constitution. And mainstream Indian academia describe Hindus as sexist, racist, and oppressors and backwards. And this is exactly how the negative media portrayals also show Hindus in Bollywood and in TV. And media narratives have also been used to stereotype and demoralize the news. The Bollywood and other mainstream media outlets consistently portray Hindu gods and gurus as cartoonish, dishonest, corrupt, and sex themed in a manner that is similar to the British imperial propaganda. So, despite the British occupation, the British Empire leaving India, and India becoming a secular country, you can still see that there is a very clear anti-Hindu narrative that has been carried over from the British Empire. And media narratives are used to shape the human consciousness and further political agenda. The racist British colonial stereotypes portraying Hindus as superstitious, backwards, dishonest, and corrupt are perpetuated by their British Brown successors in modern day India, completely unabated. So now let us look at the revival of the Hindu nation. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given vision for the Hindu civilization. During the time of the Mahabharata, we Hindus had 56 Vedas, 200 states, 1,700 samsthanas, and 10,000 sampradayas. In all 56, we Hindus are persecuted. Now we have lost all 56. The last to fall was Nepal. I am the collective voice of all the persecuted Hindus. I will revive and rebuild a Hindu nation built on the Vedagamic principles as a refuge for all practicing and aspiring Hindus, as a safe haven for all the persecuted Hindus. And this is the words of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself. So what is Kailasa? This revival of Kailasa, the Hindu nation, is for reviving this whole life of enlightened civilization and all the great things it has to offer to the world. This is exactly as Devi Parashakti revealed, is our responsibility as Hindus. This is why we were given the Uttamotama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, because we have given this commitment to continuously protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma, bringing legitimacy to all the offerings of Sanatana Hindu Dharma and sharing it with the whole world is the purpose of this Kailasa, the Hindu nation. In the administration of Kailasa is the revival of the cosmic constitution. Kailasa is the model nation of how enlightened civilization should be living and administered. Politics, judiciary, education, economy. Everything will be revived as Paramashivam reveals in the Vedagamic Sanatana Hindu Dharma scriptures. Being one of the most persecuted civilizations, Hinduism is on the brink of extinction, such that the next generation may know about Hinduism only through our history books. So what can we do to stand up for Hinduism and the Hindu civilization and all that it has offered to the world? What can we do to fulfill our commitment that we have given when we were given the Uttamotama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth? Today, Hinduism is a political orphan. The preservation and restoration of Hinduism's spiritual and cultural heritage is impossible without a national identity. So what can we do to save Hinduism? Let us reclaim our Hindu identity. As Devi Parashakti revealed, when we gave this commitment, but after coming to Bhuloka, we have gotten mentally deluded, have been subject to our fear and greed, have lost our commitment because of this Maya, and we've forgotten the commitment that we have given. So now it is time to reclaim our Hindu identity. First, we need to understand that Hinduism is responsible for our successful life. If we are Hindus and we are healthy, wealthy, rich, successful, peaceful, happy, respectable, have a stable family life, have the best mental health, we need to understand that Hinduism is responsible. Our Hindu identity is responsible. Our Hindu scriptures are responsible. It is our Hindu scriptures which have given us the best mental setup, and all the best things that we Hindus have are from our Hindu scriptures. And Hindus are amongst the richest and most successful ethnic community in the world. Our Hindu scriptures, our Hindu lifestyle, our enlightened masters are responsible for this. Our Hindu thought currents are responsible for this. And just to give an example of how Hindus are considered the most successful ethnic community around the world. In Hindustan Times, it was reported that Hindus are the most educated religious group in the US, according to Pew study reports. So now let us reclaim our Hindu identity. It is not just the anti-Hindu elements being active, it is the responsible Hindu being inactive, which is responsible for this whole destruction committed when we were given this Uttamatama birth of Sanatana Hindu birth. We committed that we will take responsibility to protect Sanatana Hindu Dharma and share all the great gifts of this science of living enlightenment to the world. So now let us all the Hindus all over the world, reclaim our Hindu identity. Let us understand a little bit more about the responsibility of Hindus. It is the responsibility of Hindus to revive the enlightened civilization again and again, and give all the gifts of the enlightened civilization of the enlightened civilization to humanity. This is exactly why we were even given this birth of Sanatana Hindu birth, and this is a commitment that we have given. So this revival of the enlightened civilization, the Kailasa, the human nation, is the survival need of humanity. So this is an invitation to all of the Hindus out there, those who are born Hindus, those who are practicing Hindus, those who are sympathetic towards Hinduism, those who are curious about Hinduism, those who want to explore and enjoy Hinduism. Come and become a part of the survival of Kailasa. You can sign up to be an e-citizen of Kailasa by visiting kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-citizen of Kailasa and becoming an e-Kailasian. You can avail all the benefits that Hinduism has and share it with the whole world. You can become a part of this whole revival. So now let us understand what is the need for this Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, as revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself.
Contribution. Hinduism, Veda Agamas have great things to contribute to the world. Like the great power manifestation science, the ancient culture and arts, the ancient lifestyle truths, the ancient medical practices and medicinal knowledge, the ancient indigenous cultural heritage and jewelry, perfume, dance, music. In every level, Hinduism has so much to contribute. Veda Agamic traditions have so much to contribute. To share all this with the world, to contribute to the world. Hindus need to tell the world what they are contributing in every level. The brand of Hinduism itself is enriching and empowering and enlightening. Hinduism is all about enlightening the world. Empowering, enlightening, enriching the world. Contributing. That is our spiritual life. That is our spiritual strength. That is our spiritual core principle. O humanity, I request you with folded hands, some one corner of the world, if you just give me few hundred acres, I will keep this whole science alive. Leave it for the whole humanity freely. Fortunately, Paramashiva has given me the power to decode all this Hindu medicinal system, Hindu judiciary system, Hindu social law and order system, Hindu power manifestation system, Hindu mental sciences system, Hindu yogic sciences, the sciences of Hindu biology, Hindu physics, Hindu psychology, Hindu physiology, Hindu chemistry, all this Paramashiva has given me the power to decode. Whatever the remaining scriptures are available with the humanity, Paramashiva has blessed me, and I have collected. Not only I have collected and organized, I can decode. This whole science can be kept alive in any one corner of the world. Just few hundred acres are given for me to live peacefully and exist peacefully. I can store this whole thing alive and contribute it to humanity. Humanity can become better and better and better. I can make the planet Earth so much better place to live. I am here to contribute, and I will continue to contribute. As long as I am allowed to live, I will contribute. I have collected all the remaining available scriptures, maybe 2 crore books. 2 crore means 20 million, I think, books on Hindu physics, Hindu chemistry, Hindu biology, Hindu physiology, Hindu psychology, Hindu law and order, Hindu social system, the power manifestation sciences of Hinduism, yogic sciences of Hinduism. I have collected, and Paramashiva has given me the blessings and power to decode. I have decoded and continuing to decode them. If the humanity, somebody is kind enough to give me few hundred acres in one corner of the world and let me live peacefully, I can keep all these scriptures there and go on sharing with the world, revealing these whole sciences to the world, and go on contributing. I don't need anything other than 1 cup of curd rice every day. That's all. A cup of curd rice per day over. I can go on be giving this to the world. I can add to the world. I can make the world better place to live. That's all I have to say. Thousands of medicines are described detail in ancient Siddha and Ayurvedic scriptures. Paramashiva has given me the power to decode them, read them, and properly translate and map them to the modern day human language. And I am ready to work 20 hours a day. I just need few hundred acres where I can sit peacefully and keep this library, run a Gurukul where thousands of people can learn this and share it with the world. Understand? I am only interested in contributing. If we can decode all this great knowledge, whole world can prosper from this knowledge. Whole world can enjoy from this knowledge. If I prosper, I will only create a university. I will not create anything else. If the Hindus prosper, they will only create education institutions. Because Hinduism is all about giving, contributing. If I prosper, I'll create university, that's all. Kailasa is all about university to decode the ancient sciences and share with the world. Understand? Every day I am sitting and going on decoding, writing notes on my books and writing details on my books. Whether it is making human beings manifest powers, and I have also now started downloading and decoding the science of making animals manifest powers. Whether making people manifest powers or healing, in every level, life is all about contribution, contribution, contribution.
Yes. You've understood the need for continuation. You can sign up to be a part of the survival of Kailasa by visiting kailasa.org and signing up to be an e-Kailasa. Now with this, we will be entering into the offering segment where we will understand how we can connect to Devi Parashakti more deeply, how we can relate with Devi and receive her love, grace, and blessings. As all of us know, Devi has been continuously manifesting over the last several months and has been guiding us, blessing us, and answering all of our boons, our prayers. So if you're just overflowing with gratitude for your divine cosmic mother, you are welcome to stay tuned for this next segment where we will understand some of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti. So the Dhyana Shloka for Devi Parashakti describes from the Moolagama Manonmini Dhyanam, and it describes that moon-like face, holding the Vedas in one hand, fire in eyes with a lotus flower, gracing a blessing hands, and one hand holding the Japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments in wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. It continues on. I meditate on Devi with three eyes glowing like a moon and holding the Vedas, lotus, embracing with blessing and raising hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. So you'll see in the segment that many of these offerings are made in gold. And this is because gold has a great significance in Hinduism. It is considered a divine element. And in the Atharva Veda, it describes the origins of gold. Triply born by birth is this gold from the atoms of Agni as one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apaha. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Gold is a divine element. It purifies anything that it touches. It is an element of spiritual significance and great spiritual power of healing and enlightening. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears and anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. gold is present in all our scriptures, the Agamas, the Vedas, the Shrutis, the Smritis, the Itihasas, and Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal, which purifies our very being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Ritual feasts were even offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold, and the streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses and cows were dressed in gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The river in this river was called the Hiranyamaya, the river of gold in the Rig Veda, and the river Saraswati was called the Hiranyavartani in the Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones that you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. It lasts forever. So the first offering that we have is the E-Hundi offering. This is just a general donation, like you would make in any temple that you might visit. You'll just offer a few dollars in the hundi just to say, I love you, just to say thank you to the divine for happening in your life, just to offer your love and devotion. And Devi is described as Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fears. So you can offer the general donation, the e-hundi, and you can, if there is any fear in the minds of the devotees, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. And here is not the autumn the season, but rather the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards and the role of the divine is much more known and clearly understood. And the need for Devi worship becomes much stronger. So you can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your Kranika, and your name shall be chanted out during the puja to Devi. Next offering that we have is the Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution. So before you start any endeavor, or if you just want to manifest something in your life, you should always set a conscious resolution, a Sankalpa, for what you want to manifest. And when you offer that to Devi, Devi will shower her energy upon you, all her overflowing grace, her compassion upon you to help you manifest your conscious resolution. So it's in this verse, it's described that the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being prayed without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in a materialistic sense. So you can offer your sankalpa, your conscious resolution, and receive the blessings for the fruition of all of your desires and wishes. The next offering is the Sahasranama Svarnakasu, the offering of a gold coin with the inscription of Devi's various names. And it's described that Devi is Namaparayana Krita, the one who likes the repetition of her various names. And each of these names is not just a name of Devi Parashakti, but one of her divine auspicious qualities, whether it's her overflowing compassion or her infinite knowledge. Whichever aspect of Devi that you connect to, you can offer that inscribed on a gold coin to Devi Parashakti. And this is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. And when you offer a gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed to have all the Ananta Kalyana Gunas, all the divine auspicious qualities of Devi Parashakti. The next offering is the Mukta Anguti, the finger ring with a pearl. And it's described in that Devi is the one who is adorned in pearls, adored, adorned in pearls, and is very fond of pearls. And In this verse, it describes I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of a lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to that goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So the pearl represents Devi Parashakti's infinite compassion. So you can offer this mukta anguti, the finger ring with a pearl, and receive the blessing to be showered by Devi's overflowing compassion and pure love in all of your business endeavors. The next offering is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the golden lotus. And in the Kamika Agama, it describes that all the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with a new cloth. They should be adorned with a lotus flower made of gold. So you can see the golden lotus has great significance in many Hindu rituals. And there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities of worship or meditating on the mudras or asanas involving the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, lotus pericarp, or lotus petal. The lotus is a divine flower, and the Shakti of Paramashiva is called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus, and the disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus ready to bloom. So you can offer the golden lotus in any size that you wish and be blessed to have the state, space, and powers and being of Devi Parashakti and Paramashiva in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situation in your life. Just as a lotus blooms in murky waters, you too shall bloom in any adverse situation in your life. Next offering is the Swarnamriti, the gold toe ring. And in this verse, it describes you whose brightness from the toenails destroy the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower. So you can see that the power of Devi's very toenails have the power to destroy the ignorance in the minds of her devotees. So you can offer the toe ring, the golden toe ring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred feet and be in constant gratitude for receiving the blessings of Devi Parashakti even in the most difficult aspects of your life. The next offering is the Svarna Martika, the gold hairline jewelry. And Devi is described as the one who makes the nectar flow in all of our nerves from the Sahasrara, the one who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Martika represents the nectar flowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully open. So you can offer this Paranamantika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings to achieve the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and space of complete completion. The next offering that we have is the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the offering of worship to the divine lotus feet of Swamiji, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti. And in Shloka 83 of the Saundarya Lahari, it describes that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings, who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness, and in this stotram, tamas is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed, and they attain knowledge. And so you can offer this Pratiksha Pada Puja to the divine lotus feet of Swamiji, manifesting Devi Parashakti, and receive the blessing to attain the ultimate knowledge, the enlightenment itself, with the grace and blessings of Swamiji. And the last offering that we have today is the Vastra Seva, the offering of clothing to Swamiji during the Pratiksha Pada Puja. And you can offer this Vastra Seva to Swamiji, who's manifesting Devi Parashakti, and receive all the divine blessings and grace of Swamiji on your path to enlightenment with full protection from Swamiji and Devi Parashakti. On the next slide, you can see the list of the various offerings. You can choose whichever offering that most resonates with you, and you can visit kailasamailer.com/sevas to make your offering. And if you are immediately ready to make your offering, you can go ahead and make that offering. Or if you're still needing some help, you have the intention, but you still need some help manifesting your offering, you can visit the intention form and you can fill out the intention form and you will be helped to make your offering. You can receive more details about this offering and you can be helped to manifest this offering. Once you're done making your offering, you can also fill out the Sankalpa 2021 form. So you can visit kailasamailer.com/sevas and you will see how to make your offering. So we'll be showing you that very shortly. You can see how to make your offering. Visiting. So you can see kailasamailer.com and you can /sevas. You can go ahead and go down to the Devi Parashakti Bhava Samadhi Darshan offering. And you can see, you can fill out your intention form. You can click there and you'll be able to fill out your intention form. And if you're ready to immediately make your offering, you can go ahead and click on make your offering. So here's your Sankalpa 2021 form. So you can go ahead and click on make your offering here. And you'll see how to make your offering. You can choose any option that you would like. It is a simple drop-down menu. So if you would like to offer the Mukta Anguti, you can go ahead and choose that. And you can choose as many as you would like. Say you would like to offer one for yourself and one on behalf of your sister. You can go ahead and choose 2. And you can add that to your cart and you will see how your cart looks once you are done with that. Make sure all of the offerings that you would like to make are there. And you can go ahead and proceed to the checkout. Once that is done, you will see where you can fill out all of your billing details. This is just as you would do for any other online payment. Very simple process. Fill out all of your billing details and you can fill out your order details. And once you're done, you can go ahead and place your order and make your offering. And once that is done, you can also fill out the Sankalpa 2021 form. You will see that there. You can go ahead and fill that out. And you'll just fill out all of the details of your offering, your contact information, and your payment order details, all the other details. And once you're done with that, you will be directed to the next page where you can fill out and you can see whichever offering that you've made. And once you go to the next page, you will see where you can fill out the name of yourself and all your loved ones to chant out during the offering to Devi Parashakti. So you can offer your Sankalpa to Devi and receive the blessings of Devi. So now with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program and we'll be moving to the temple very shortly to celebrate this beautiful Nityanandeshwara Brahmotsava. So do stay tuned for that. And we will be having the live darshan of Swamiji of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at 7:30 p.m. IST. So do stay tuned for all of that and join us for this grand celebration of the Nityanandeshwara Brahmotsava. So we'll be right back after a very quick break and we'll be going to the temple very shortly.